insight, but my business is going down the tubes, and I'm fighting going with it.
I made one suggestion in that one, that each politician, congressman or senator or governor or mayor or anybody,
Be careful.
yes, that's all right, no problem. They should have 5-year run business more than 50 employees. And anybody who could be hired in a bureaucrat job, they should have a private working experience for 5 years, and then you take them there, and then you go for running for politics. I think if it's there, they will realize what takes as a business people.
Mr. Chairman, maybe that's a bill I should introduce. You can't be a congressman or woman unless you've run a business with 50
I
employees.
introduced in your Republic Clubhouse in Washington DC in a last meeting we had.
It might be a constitutional amendment as opposed to a bill, but it's all good.
This is
It's
solution.
an interesting thought. Yes, sir.
My name is Steve Beeman. I'm chairman of the Steve Beeman Group. We are a business advocacy membership. You bring up the most salient points of all, and I'm going to share a breakfast I had. About 2 weeks ago, I sat down with the former chairman of the Chicago Federal Reserve, a guy named Dick Klein. Dick and I had a wonderful time talking about a freight train that is headed toward a bridge, and the bridge is out. And that bridge is our economy. I know all the people in here know the numbers of $16 trillion debts and $74 trillion unfunded liabilities. But I want to suggest to you two gentlemen, the game is up. You cannot negotiate this anymore. It's too late. We are headed toward a Weimar Republic problem, and everybody knows it. So what we need you to do is stand for radical change. And I will, Joe, suggest some radical changes. And I'm not known for being shy either. So I'll share 10 things with you that I hope you'll consider. Number one, 10. Number one, immediately repeal the IRS and put in a flat tax.
Crank through the...
How do you do that?
Hey, excuse me, everybody. Hold your applause.
Let me tell you why you do that. Our growth rate would go from its dismal 1.3% to about a 4% growth rate immediately. Number two, eliminate all deductions from the taxes to eliminate the lobbyists from Washington. Number three, phase out control of the food stamp programs and public housing in lieu of transferring that responsibility to private charities by offering a 10% tax credit to all American citizens to fund the charities to take over that responsibility. Number four, bring home the U.S. military from international operations to reduce outlays and quit playing world policemen with our empire. Number five, be honest with Americans about funding problems with Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and prepare people for the truth. These are bankrupt and broke programs. They're not solvable. The trajectory we're on through either Mitt Romney or Barack Obama will decimate those programs. Number six, reduce regulation for small business by leaps and bounds. Bring small business back from where it currently stands of 18% of national employment, where it was in 1946 at 90% of national employment. Next, eliminate federal control of local schools, which have failed miserably. The Head Start programs, the No Child Left Behind programs, throw them out. Slash or shut down completely the EPA, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Department of Transportation, and get the bureaucrats out of making laws that even you don't vote on, but gentlemen like him live under. Number nine, impose permanent prohibitions from Congress people from becoming lobbyists and prohibit them from excluding themselves from living under the laws we live under. And finally, incent elected officials to accept term limits voluntarily, and the hell with this institutional memory that everybody thinks is so important.
Now you can applaud.
One more thing, because I think our nation comes down to this election, and I mean that. I've spent 30 years of my life in economics. I know what I'm talking about. This is a time to step out of your comfort zone and do what you need to do. For me to stand up is contrary to everything I've ever lived in my life. But I find it necessary now, because if Tammy Duckworth beats this man, and we see that with Sheila Jackson in Houston or Maxine Waters in California, this nation can cease to exist. And it's our responsibility to not let that happen.
You're right.
One plug. Simplify this tax code. Every American should be able to fill out their taxes on something that resembles this. give me a 15% flat tax, I'll look at a sales tax, but somehow simplify this tax code and this economy will grow. Thank you. Let's go all the way down the end.
One change in the tax code.
By the way, if I get the answer wrong, look what he's going to use.
Your head would be hurt about it.
One change in the tax code.
Overseas companies. Change the tax code where they don't get the big advantage for going overseas and the jobs come back.
Amen.
That's very simple. We're not talking about redoing the tax code that's been talked about for the last 20 years plus. Second, level the playing field within the U.S. Department A. Mr. Chairman, you sit on the Transportation Committee. The Department of Transportation does not have a level playing field when it comes to veterans and service-disabled veteran businesses. They do not consider us. That is a federal law. What is Congress doing about making the departments follow the law? They got all kinds of laws, but they are exempt from them. If they want exemption, I want exemption. I can pick and choose the rules I want to follow. They'll put my derriere in the Gray Bar Hotel, but they can sit in there and rake it 7 ways from Sunday. There is a revolution coming. Because whoever's elected president can't do anything if the House and Senate are split. I don't care who's there. That can's going down the road. Why? Your point. You've been making the point all year. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing happens with a change in the presidency if it doesn't change both houses, one way or the other. If it stays the same, I want to see the vote that Mitt Romney can put out there to rescind Obamacare if he doesn't control the Senate. Give me a break. Let's put some common sense into this campaign.
Let me go ahead, Mr. Chairman. Two quick comments. Should come as no surprise that I vehemently disagreed with the Supreme Court ruling on Obamacare. I will tell you, if there's a political benefit to it, it's that issue now is the issue of this campaign. And that issue now will be decided by the American people. So I don't know if you're going down that road, but I tend to agree with you in this. I think the American people got to decide whether they want it or not. And by the way, when we talk about Obamacare, we're talking about one issue that touches every aspect of America. You're talking about jobs, you're talking about the economy, you're talking about debt, you're talking about the quality of our health care system, and we know as well you're talking about our basic freedoms. It impacts all of it. So if you want to keep it, boy,
Well, I got a comeback for you.
quickly.
The states can opt out. If my governor says I'm going to opt out, why do I care which way the Obamacare issue is on the election? Governor X says, no, we're not going. That state is going to vote based upon an Obamacare? No, they're going back to another issue. The issue is real simple. Control of the houses of Congress. The president can veto. Congress overrides a veto.
But
You can't pass the can any further